welcome to my channel. I'm Katie. This is Katie's Bookish Escape, and today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up. Alright, so for my wrap-up, I read 5 books. I listened to 2 were exclusive audiobooks because Audible does this thing where you get 2 free audiobooks a month from a specific list. So I picked 2 and I listened to both of them while driving to downtown LA for professional developments. So the first one was A Mind of Her Own by Paula McLean. And this book was nonfiction, but kind of fictional. It was basically a depiction of Marie Curie's romance with Mr. Curie, whose name I forgot. That's never good when you can't remember the other main character's name. But, I did really think this book was sweet, and it was cute, and I loved the feminist, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I can't do science narrative. I really enjoyed that. I will say, it was short. It was really, really, really short, so I just wasn't that invested in the characters. I thought it was fine, so I gave it 3 stars. I probably won't really remember much about it. By the time I do my end of year wrap up, I'll probably be like, what was that book? But I'll remember it more than the next book. Alright, the next book was The Demon Next Door by Brian Burrow. Okay, so this book is definitely a nonfiction, and it is about the author, and he found out that he basically grew up with someone who turned out to be a serial killer, but didn't really know him that much. Or the serial killer's from his hometown. He may have been acquainted with him, but they weren't close. While I was really excited for this, it was just nothing new that I haven't seen on TV before. I didn't really think that Mr. Burrows said anything unique compared to other stories similar about, oh, someone here turned out to be crazy, and here's how we reacted, and it's, oh my gosh. But, there was nothing, it's crazy because you don't want to say there's nothing unique about, serial killers, but there is nothing I haven't seen before. Maybe the show Mindhunter, which is an amazing, amazing show, has, ruined me for when it comes to things like this. But I was, listening to it to finish it and it was short. So that's not good. I gave it 2 stars. Also, the narrator had this happy, jolly, Disneyland voice while he's talking about this mass murderer. Or not mass murderer, serial killer. Alright, then I read a book by a booktuber, and that booktuber is Savvy, and the book is Sculptor Yourself. I really loved this book. I thought the characters were hilarious. I loved all the narrative around body image and just all the plethora of points of views that were given on body image and reactions to body image and reactions to people who want to alter their body and reactions to people who don't want to alter their body. I felt like every perspective was valued and shown in this novel, and it had me thinking well beyond the time I read it. My only critique is that I kind of expect, by the end, I knew how it was gonna end. So it was just, the ending was very predictable to me. But that's such doesn't really matter type of critique anyway. But yeah, I think everyone should read it because it really, really brings forth the communication and the narrative of body image and how to respectfully disagree with people, which is something we sorely lack in this time and era. Can you hear my guinea pig? They're being mean to each other. Alright, next I read... I had to, sorry. I read Sematary by Stephen King. I mean, don't you just love that cat? That's Church. Church is basically a zombie cat. Okay, so I don't want to, like, give too much away, but, oh my god, I love Pet Sematary. Loved it. And a lot of it I loved because it wasn't this, like, horror story that I was thinking of. Like, it has horror, and it is horrible, but, it really is more about how we cope as humans with death and, like, our inability sometimes to get over it, and how we deal with our family members who are grieving. And it's all just about death and how, like, the human experience of death. And I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic. Loved it. I will say, when I was listening to the audiobook, because I went back and forth, it is by, his name's escaping me, the guy who played Dexter, Michael C. Hall. And I loved it, but then I realized I was listening to it at like 1.5 speed, and someone had critiqued it before and was like, oh, I couldn't get through it. And if you listen to it at 1, like normal speed, to me it was way too slow. But at 1.25 or 1.5, or even sometimes I listen to it at 1.75, it was fine. It was great. I recommend it if you like to be a little bit creeped out. It's not, like, super creepy until the end. But it's very, like, psychological to me. Very, like, it's just about human behavior, man. I dug it a lot. With that said, I've seen, like, the movie from long ago. It may have been a TV movie. But I couldn't really remember what happened. I did remember there was definitely a cat. But, I didn't remember too much. I knew that, well, no, I didn't even know that. Okay, so I didn't remember much at all. And the new movie just came out, and I haven't seen it, but I saw the trailer, and dude, they gave a huge spoiler out, like, in the trailer. So if you want to read the book, don't watch that trailer. Well, I mean, you can, but, like, one of the things they show in the trailer doesn't happen till, like, more than halfway through the book, and to me, that's, like, a massive spoiler. So, yeah. Spoiler alert! Then, lastly, I read The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I did listen to the audiobook and read the physical copy, but I already put the physical copy in my class library. And I really did like The Sun Is Also a Star. In fact, it actually surprised me in a good way. I just expected, like, teen romance. That's the end of it. But the reason why this book gets 4 stars instead of 3 stars for me, because it does follow very, like, love at first sight, which, that's fine. Like, I'm not anti it, but, like, you have to make it special or unique for me to care, because it's like, I have seen it. I have seen it. Also, I'm a huge fan of the Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight film trilogy. And to me, that is, like, the ultimate, like, love within a day story. And, like, Richard Linklater's writing is not gonna be, like, met. So it's just, like, you have to entertain me somehow, because, like, I'd rather watch Before Sunrise. Probably. So the reason I did like this book, and it was a pleasant surprise, is because it really showed the experience of living in a country that you technically are not a citizen of, and dealing with deportation, and dealing with the fact that you have to go somewhere that you barely remember, that you have to pick up your life and leave. And I really found that part of the book really well done. I really respect Nicola Yoon. I really love that she brought all these issues forward. A lot of my students come from, are Gen 2 immigrants from Mexico. I think a lot of them will really connect with that storyline. So it's not I gave it more stars for, like, diversity thing. I gave it more stars because it involved this topic, and it dealt with it, what I felt was well done, and realistic. I will say there's a little bit of fairy tale like happiness with this book, even though it deals with deportation, but it's YA, so, and you know, I like happy endings. Alright, so that has been my April wrap-up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in seeing more of my videos, feel free to subscribe and ring the bell. Also, feel free to comment down below if you read any of these books. What were your thoughts? If you haven't read them, do you want to? Yeah. Have you done any of the free Audible books, and how are you liking it? Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. I'm Katie. This is Katie's Bookish Escape. Have a great day.